Caitlin was a twin. They were born 31 weeks, so they were 9 weeks early. We had her in the hospital and her twin for 3 weeks before we took them home, and she was twin A. She was actually bigger than her brother and stronger. We brought her twin Cody home on oxygen, and Caitlin came home fine. She was eating, she was doing everything just like a normal child. Other than being small, she seemed normal. But Caitlin never started gaining weight. Her twin tripled within the first month or two, and she stayed small. At about 2 years of age, Caitlin was about 18 pounds. When her brother was a normal toddler, she couldn't walk, she couldn't talk, she couldn't feed herself. At about 2.5 years old, I found Caitlin in her room having a grand mal seizure, and it lasted about 8 hours. You know, we thought Caitlin would be with us, you know, forever. That's when the Butterfly program got in contact with us while Caitlin was still in the hospital. They really got the ball rolling as far as us thinking about, okay, you know, her end is probably near. We decided to call in the nurses because Katie was just having a terrible time. She stopped eating, she stopped taking her medications, and it was awful. And just the constant seizures, she couldn't sleep because of the seizures, she was exhausted. So we called several of her friends, her teachers, our priest came over and gave Caitlin her last rites. And after he did, he said, "This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever had to do. How can you give rites to an angel?" You know, and she touched so many people's lives. She was able to pass in her bed with her loved ones around her, with me holding her, and it was very, very peaceful for Caitlin.
Jeff was so much fun to be around. He was a true person. He was very strong about what he believed in. When we found out that Jeff had cancer, we just couldn't believe it. He just kind of looked at me like that little 5-year-old boy who looked at his mommy for help, and there was nothing I could do. And I told him, "This is going to make you better. This is going to make you a better person." We found out about the Butterfly program through one of the doctors when they told us that Jeff wasn't going to make it anymore. We needed help. Jeff didn't want to stay in the hospital. He wanted to come home. They did an excellent job in helping us with what to expect. But I do like that the Butterfly program did give us a choice, and Jeff was able to be where he wanted to be. It made it more personable. He was able to have the dignity to be at home. Having the nurses come to the house and taking care of Jeff, we could not have done that on our own. The Butterfly program helps you to realize that there is hope, that you can make it. Having someone there to talk to gives you strength and courage.
When we learned that Dakota wasn't going to make it, I struggled with whether to bring him home or leave him in the hospital. We decided, you know, we'll keep him in the hospital until we feel comfortable bringing him home. So they brought the armoire into the room and made us feel real comfortable. Dakota passed away before we could take him home. And we actually met our counselor before Dakota passed away. She came in the day before and kind of explained things to us and let us know that she would be there for us if we needed her. And we went home after Dakota passed away, and we thought we would be okay, but figured out that we weren't. Then Vern got deployed to Kuwait, and it was kind of a godsend because our counselor told us that they were opening a program for children. Maddie had lost Dakota, her best friend. She was losing her oldest brother because he was going away to college, and her dad was going to Kuwait. And so our counselor took Maddie in, and you know, Maddie's doing great. Maddie really enjoys coming and playing in the Ronald McDonald room. Her favorite thing is the sand table because she gets to act out what's going through her mind, and I think it's really helped her. She seems really healthy emotionally, physically. She's doing way better than I thought she would with everything that's happened to her in her young life.
Our stories are all different, but our pain is the same. We are mothers who will forever grieve the loss of our children, and yet there is hope for our troubled souls.